My fellow Sierra Leoneans, the Peter wants to talk. Today, I want to talk about the question mark with and Dr. Kandeh Yumkella in integrity. There's a big question mark. The question mark is so big that if you didn't have space, it is here from space. It is here on Earth, na Sierra Leone. You see, Dr. Kandeh Yumkella don't always get questioned about integrity. Make I tell you the reasons why. You start off with a membership with the Sierra Leone People's Party. This man started KKY movement in June 2015. They started KKY movement in the US. That Monday, there was controversy about a membership with SLPP until January 7, 2016. We finally registered in Freetown. Now, man, I believe say get question with humility. There's question about about humility. Now, Prosiwe perhaps is not a humble person. Now, Prosiwe perhaps is an arrogant person. And just before you get all angry and emotional, please hear me out. You know, if this is a leader way being really humble, you know, register formally in the party, regardless of the fact that you daddy na start this party. They don't raise so many questions for 7 good months. People, they say, well, can't register. Mother you and others, they say, well, not register for register. If you want to be a leader of the party, you have to register. It's a formal process. You know, and somebody who work for United Nations for no better. And you know, do until 7 months later. After so much pressure and controversy, 7 months later, he did it. Okay, let's say he was arrogant or ignorant or whatever term you want to use. Let's let that go. Now, you don't go form your own party, which some of us are happy about. The NGC, which is a progressive party, by the way, where it gets a key role for playing at this election. You know, for somebody like him, you don't go form your own party. Then now, there's question about his dual citizenship. You would expect that this man will come out clear and just clarify this straight off. Any decent Sierra Leonean leader would just do this. Any decent and humble leader would make this clarification. No, but no, KKY in a man in belonging always there on the question. You know, he will clarify this. So, what he do in a recent appearance on national TV? He showed the paper then. I don't denounce my citizenship, US citizenship. November, now I get the confirmation. Look at the papers. However, I no go give nobody this confirmation until I see what APC get for do. I get for see whether I get for block you and stuff. Who cares whether APC block you or not? What about the Sierra Leoneans? Don't you have respect for Sierra Leoneans? Don't you have regard for the country you want to lead, the people, the citizens? Don't you think they deserve to know that your only allegiance is Sierra Leone? Don't you think that they deserve to know that your only loyalty belongs to the country you want to be president? I mean, NGC members and supporters, let we all look at this carefully. This man, Nenge for B, then they control the country for 5 years if he win the election. Why, if we even take 1 second for wait? If you get the papers, then why not go release them straight off? Any decent leader could do that straight off. Any humble leader could rush for do that. You know, one second question about it. Obama will contest and raise question about in citizenship. He released a birth certificate straight off. He even released a video of in birth. Why KKY not for do the same? Why? Me, I not blame APC when they raise these questions about citizenship. No. Even though it's a dirty trick. But as a president, and I talk about a parliamentarian. Somebody who want to contest parliamentarian for becoming a parliamentarian. Somebody who want to contest for becoming mayor or whatever. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about somebody who want to lead with country. Who want to be the president for 5 years. If for able to be a Sierra Leonean only, in loyalty for belong to Sierra Leone only, in interest for be Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone only, the national interest of Sierra Leone, then for being in forefront of the agenda. But this man don't want to clarify that. If this man don't want to clarify simple country of belonging, citizenship, how can he be trusted to be our president? If this man don't want to be humble, where they contest now, how can you trust him that he will not be even more arrogant than Momo and Shaka Steven and others? How can you trust him? He can't be trusted. Honestly, he's got an issue. You know? So he said 10 November. Let's say, okay, let's look at the timelines. About, let's say, November, and I received confirmation of in citizenship has been denounced for US. Okay, usually the paperwork, they take 6 months. So backtrack 6 months later, that's in May. Yes, May. So May, they go down, put the paperwork in. So around May, they been launching your own party. Yes, they been suspending campaign. You launch your own NGC party. So the timeline works out well. Yeah, but why you not for release them? Why you not release and where APC don't say now everybody for be only a Sierra Leone citizen? Now if we able contest, now they can't talk about them. And thirdly, they refuse for release them. It's so disrespectful. You know, Warren Buffett, that guy is worth what, 87 billion US dollars. One of the richest people on earth, if not the second richest, one of the most successful people on earth. You know what he said? He said when you look at somebody as an employer, look for 3 things in a person: intelligence, energy, and integrity. If the person not get integrity, forget about the other 2. Forget about intelligence and energy. Forget about that. If the person not get integrity, forget about the other 2, because it doesn't matter. So Kandeh Yumkella get a very big stain on integrity. A very big stain which every decent Sierra Leonean for be concerned about. Every decent Sierra Leonean, including these NGC members, we are not say some of these guys are very decent guys, like Brother Benjamin and others. When I for ask this man for make a camp clean, make it camp very clean. This not the time for roam about. This not the time for child play about in belonging. A need for camp clean. A need for show say respect Sierra Leoneans. A need for show say it regards Sierra Leoneans. A need for show say is humble. You know, me at a call on Kandeh Yumkella say a need for produce and documentation for so say don't denounce in citizenship immediately, not tomorrow, not waiting for SLPP in reaction, not waiting for APC in reaction. Today, this very minute, this very second. Otherwise, every decent Sierra Leonean for put question mark by NGC and Kandeh Yumkella, for put question mark by NGC and Kandeh Yumkella integrity, for put question mark by NGC and Kandeh Yumkella intentions, for put question mark and NGC where you vote. They are not deserved. They don't deserve to be voted for. He doesn't deserve to be voted for. If he doesn't respect you, he doesn't respect me. Look at somebody like Mohamed Kamerima of the Alliance Democratic Party. The moment this citizenship saga come up, he declares straight off, he only a citizen of one country, and one country only in the entire life, which is Sierra Leone, and he lives and breathes and loves Sierra Leone. A person like that is worth voting for. A person like that, he has integrity. A person like that has a standard, has principles. A person like that has a vision for our country. A person like that loves our country above all else. You can't say that about Kandeh Yumkella. You can't. You know? And the reason why you can't is because he is refusing to clarify things. He's refusing to come clean to all Sierra Leoneans. This election, the election we get for change the faith of Sierra Leone for good. This election, the election not only a revolt against APC, an election we need to think wisely. We need to think smart, careful, in the interest of we self and we neighbor and we all fellow citizens, for make sure the right decisions are made. So until Dr. Kandeh Yumkella release the 10th day, is not to be trusted. Until he come clean and explain and apologize to Sierra Leoneans for even delaying the release of the information day. 1 second delay from November, where he said they get a clarification. Why not release them from November? Even if he come and release an ourselves, I'll be asking question. Why didn't you release it since November? Any decent leader would release that straight off. He's taking his time. It's very, very, very concerning. It's very, very, very questionable. This question around integrity. Like Warren Buffett say, if somebody not get integrity, na person we know what for vote for. Na person we know what for employ. Me, I tell you one thing. I've read about Kandeh Yumkella, and I tell you, there is nobody in the race we get experience with him. There is nobody in the race way better educated than him. There is nobody in the race way more exposed, we get international connection, we Sierra Leone need direly than him. He's an asset. That's the reality. Politics aside, he's an asset to Sierra Leone. However, if somebody they will get question around integrity, Warren Buffett say no employ him, which means don't vote for him. If this man gets so much question around integrity, always it encourage questions around integrity, then he's got integrity issues. He get integrity issues. And for a man we expose so widely, we don't work internationally, it's very sad for Cisse when he come to in country, they behave like this. When he work at the UN, I bet you he never behaved like this. He will have declared it yesterday. He will have declared it in 2015. He will have registered properly for the party. He will have declared he will have denounced his citizenship in 2015. If not this not been UN, he been concerned. But he should say he get more regard for other countries than Sierra Leone. I call on the KKY movement and Dr. Kandeh Yumkella himself to show some respect to Sierra Leoneans. We deserve to be respected. Thank you.